The next thing we're going to review is what we call function evaluation, and it doesn't matter whether your function is given to you in the form of a table or whether it's given to you in the form of an equation or whether it's given to you in the form of a graph. If I want you to evaluate the function, I'm going to give you which function I'm talking about, and then I'm going to put a number in the parentheses. And when you see this right here, that's just me asking you, what's the y value of the f function when the x value is -3? So to answer this question, I'm going to find the f function. Here's the f function. I'm going to go to the x list and I'm going to find the x value that they gave me, which is -3. So here's the x list for the f function. There's the x value, -3. I'm going to look right here and I'm going to understand that the answer is 2. So the f function has a dot at the point -3, 2. So the y value of the f function when the x value is -3 is 2. And I got that information right there. So when I have a table, all I can do is ask you to evaluate these x values. I can't ask you to do any other x values. But when I have an equation, I can do this forever. I can plug in all kinds of different x values. Let's do one more from the table. This says when the x value is 8 of the f function, what's my y value? So here's the f function. When the x value is 8, what's the y value? That's 7. Okay, this is asking me the same thing. When the g, look at the g function. Here's the g function. The x value is -3. The y value is 8. Here's the g, I'm looking at the g function still. Here's the g function. The x value is 1. The y value is -2. When it's an equation, I'm going to have to do something differently because I don't have y values written down anywhere. Here, I'm going to have to do a substitution. See, here's the name of the function, h of x. If I ask you to find the value of h of -1, that means I'm going to rewrite the equation that they gave me, but I'm going to replace the x with a -1. And then that means I'm going to have to do some arithmetic. I have to multiply right here. 2 times -1 is -2. And then -2 plus 1 is -1. So my final answer, I'm running out of room here. Let me write it. H of -1 is equal to -1. And it's because of those calculations right there. Let's do one more. H of 2. So this time I'm going to write the equation down. It's the same equation. I'm going to leave the x out. I'm going to replace the x with this value right here. So I'm going to put a 2 in its place. And now I'm going to do the arithmetic. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So the y value of the h function when x is 2 is 5. That means this h function right here is going to have a point at 2, 5. Plug in the 0. Rewrite your h function. Leave parentheses, an empty set of parentheses where the x is, and then plug that number in. And then do the arithmetic. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Doesn't always have to be a number. I'm not going to change what I do. What goes in the parentheses this time? It's an A. Do the arithmetic if you can. 2a, that's all I can do, plus 1. So the value of h of a is just 2a plus 1. I can't do anything else because I don't know what numerical value they want a to be. It doesn't matter. I could do evaluate h of heart. Now, h of heart doesn't necessarily have a mathematical meaning, but I do know that it means to just rewrite the equation, take the x out. Everywhere the x was, we're going to put a heart. Okay? That's all it means when I'm evaluating a function using an equation. I'm doing the same thing when I'm looking at a graph. This is giving me an x value, so I have to go on the x-axis. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. This tells me where to go on the x-axis. There I am on the x-axis. Now, where do I have to go to get on my graph? I have to go right there. What y value is that? Okay, when I go to 2, I have to go up to that point right there. That y value is 3, so my answer is 3. Because that point right there is the point 2, 3. Where do I go? X-axis to -1. X-axis, -1. Where do I have to go to get on my graph? I have to go right there. What's that y value? 3. I'll do one more. J function, that's the J function, x-axis -3. Go to -3. Where do I have to go to get on the function, to get on the graph? I have to go right there. What's that y value? 1. Now you practice. Here's some evaluating the J function practice. You do finish evaluating the F function, evaluate the G function, and then here's some evaluate the H functions.